What is the most expensive mistake you've made? Has it been in that realm of partnerships?
Anything that you say yes to now is something that you have to say no to later. I wouldn't get into a partnership with anyone from this date forward without doing like a full private investigation on them.
How do you determine what's worth your time and what's not?
Every one of my businesses I've built on cold traffic. If you want to build freedom, you build it on ads. But if you want to build an easy business with a lot of profit margin, you build.
All right, we got Mr. Eddie Maalouf on the podcast. I did some Claude research. I got last year, tell me if this is correct or not. Last year we got $18 million, founder of Bad Marketing, with 35% net.
On not the whole business.
Not the whole business.
Yeah, parts of the business. The whole business grosses over that number.
Yeah.
But net, some departments do less, some departments do more.
Okay.
Just to be clear. But for example, we have offer department that runs offers that might do 60%, 70%.
Yeah.
We have more polished service like local SEO.
Yeah.
That maybe does like 15%.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like bulk.
Yeah.
So just much different, just to clarify.
Good clarification.
Cool.
You're probably one of the only people I know, at least, that has taken an agency, like the agency model, and scaled this way, like horizontally, and like doing, you said like SEO, media buying, info, e-com. What made you decide to go like, yo, I'm gonna scale this way rather than like I'm gonna go all in on info, or I'm gonna just run info offers, or I'm gonna just run e-com offers? Like,
Okay,
what was that turning point?
Okay, that's a great question. Before I answer, am I the first podcast in this office?
In this office, yes.
I'd say I just want to make sure we claim that one on camera. I just realized
First pod in the office.
First pod in the
I haven't
office.
posted this office anywhere yet.
That's what I'm saying. This is like bare bones.
Yeah,
like,
dead ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, so that's cool. Okay, let me tell you this. You said when we were talking before the cameras were rolling,
Yes.
I was like, you're like, yo, I'm running like one really big offer right now. We're killing it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, great. So why don't you just like run 3 really big offers? And you're like, bro, I did that. It was a fucking headache and blah, blah, blah. Right? You're complaining about all that shit.
Yep.
So that's the difference in your sanity as a guy who's running an agency that's 3 times bigger than what you're doing right now, right? So that's how much more skill set is required to run an agency of that size. Let's call it $1 million a month, right? $1 million a month agency is a completely different skill set, team, infrastructure than $100K a month.
Yep.
$100K a month gunslinging. I'll gunsling my way with like one VA to $100,000 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but like to scale to $1 million a month, like I'm either price gouging people as a solo team member and getting $1 million a month, or I have to build an actual infrastructure.
What do you think is the revenue level where it switches from like, yo, I'm going to be a gunslinger to, okay, I got to take this seriously and try to actually take it to like $1 million a month? Or
if you want to cross $500,000 a month, like consistently and like know your numbers,
yeah,
I think like you have to have that infrastructure.
yeah,
I think you start building it at like $300K a month. Because usually how it goes is like you make like, you're slow to get to $100K a month. You get to $100K a month, then it's like I see it in my program. Like I help guys go from 10 to 100.
yeah.
And bro, it's almost like just a mental unlock. Like when you go from 10 to 40, 50, you struggle. And then all of a sudden next month you do 100. And then next month they do like 160 and they're like, holy fuck. You know what I mean? And they're like ripping it. You know, sometimes you're ripping it and sometimes you're stagnant. Sometimes maybe you're shrinking a little bit. Like you're re-strategizing, right? 100%. So I say all this to say, when you get to like, for me in my head, running 4 agencies doing $400K a month was way easier than running one that does 1.6 million a month, because the level of talent it takes to keep sustaining those and growing those individually without your help is very difficult past that point. You know what I mean? Like almost anyone at this point could run a 400K a month agency. Like when you double the size of the operation, it like the swings are big. If you lose 5 clients, you're talking 180K a month in revenue.
Yeah.
That's a lot of payroll that you, like the swings are just way bigger, right? But if I ran 400K a month agencies, like the swings are just smaller and I just have 5 of them. And so for me, it was an easier operation to run. Don't be shocked. I mean, don't be fooled. Like every one of them is a 7-figure agency. Every department.
So you classify internally under the Bad Marketing umbrella these different verticals, like let's say SEO or e-com or info, as different agencies?
No. The vertical of who we're providing a service for is the different vertical in the agency.
Okay.
So e-com is one division. They have their own creative team that only focuses on e-com. Their copywriting team, for example, is smaller than the info copywriting team in percentage, right? But in e-com, maybe the creative team is bigger in percentage. The media buying team is bigger in percentage. You know what I mean? In e-com, we have to have like a conversion rate optimization specialist. You get what I'm saying? It's like in info, you don't have that. You have a copywriter who does that and writes the emails.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like much different infrastructure. So I'm not like, oh, copywriter, I'm going to have you write a direct response, female fitness ad, and then go over here and sell like peptides.
So these are completely unique teams.
Completely unique teams. Whereas the goal, and again, it's still hard to like really perfect because they work siloed, but the goal is to have the copywriters from all the departments collabing together as friends.
Why is that?
Because they're all copywriters, so they'll all make each other better. So whereas like this copywriter's always stuck in e-com stuff, this one's always stuck in info stuff. But if they both worked with what copy works in different niches, at this point, they both improve, they both become better. That's the part that's hard. Like all the info copywriters talk to each other. Yeah. But they don't talk to the e-com one sometimes. You know what I mean? So like that becomes like the superpower. It's like a internal AI brain. Yeah. It's like everyone's masterminding. I'm not even thinking because I got 8 media buyers getting on a call and trying to fix each other's problems, and all of them are spending 6-7 figures a month. Yeah. You know?
So do you have like a replicable like team structure for each department?
Exactly, yeah.
Or is it like you're going in acquiring an existing business to put under your umbrella? Like an existing agency, you're acquiring it?
No, I don't do that anymore.
You did do that though?
I did do that.
Okay.
Because everyone made it sound super sexy.
What were the faults in it?
The faults is like at the end of the day, you're still dealing with people as another founder, and that's the variable. So how I bought the agencies wasn't 100%. I bought them as like a 70-30 split, for example. And look, and this isn't like a bad thing. Like all my partners were great partners. Okay. But everyone as a human, even fucking AI, because of how memory works in AI, has recency bias. Okay. So I could be like the best business partner you've had for 3 years, right? Cool. And then for like 3 months, have a bad 3 months, and you get me back on. You're picking up more weight this time. You know what I mean? But then I come back, I'm good, etc. Right? In those 3 months, month 3, you're probably like, damn, bro, Eddie's like, I'm fucking having to carry him. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're starting to talk to yourself and be like, fuck, what's going on, right? And I think the more you have the more partnerships you have, the more it conditions you not to have recency bias and be like, oh, this guy's not doing anything because this 2 weeks he didn't or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So I say this to say, in every partnership, it almost felt like things were equal, and then you would over contribute, and then the other person would under contribute because you were over contributing, and they would stay under contributing. Then you would have something, it would switch. And because you over contributed for a year and that person over contributed for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, now they're like, oh, well, you know, I don't feel like you did your part in the partnership, whatever it is. Yep. This is general partnership advice. It's not what happened with our partners. What happened with our partners is in every partnership I had in those agencies, we had at least a 3-year partnership where we both made a lot of money together. And then in the end, individually, those partners decided, I don't want to run an agency. So in every situation, each partner was like, I don't want to run an agency anymore. So we basically had to buy out each partner. But for 3 years, we made hella cash, right?
Yeah, makes
sense.
But
the issue is, I thought instead of building all these departments, that I could just go get different partners. And because, you know, for example, me and you teamed up, think about it. Like in our heads, we're like, fuck, bro, if we team up, like you could run this and I could run this. And oh my gosh, how many more people will we get? And like, that's how you think about it, right? But then like when you do the partnership, it's always different, even if you write it down, even if you do everything. And so it's important to either buy the whole thing or...
So you just prefer to be full owner, you build a team internally.
That's what I do now. So now I take a company at an earlier stage. So for example, before maybe I'd go acquire an agency that had $300K a month in revenue, and I'd take 70% of it. And I keep the founder on board so that they could keep growing the thing that was growing, right? Yeah. Instead, I'll buy something that's a really good concept with really good team, what I think, like potential, and be like, okay, I'll just go in here and I'll just like acquire the whole thing. and leave this guy's partner, but I'm in control of the outcome. Like if he leaves, it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's a smaller thing, right? And then take that at a bigger percentage and grow it. Because anytime a partnership's grown, at some point there's imbalance.
Yeah.
Someone contributes less and they both view value as different.
Yeah.
You know?
So, you know how a lot of people in like agency, info, all these things, they view these things as just like kind of a cash flow vehicle. And then they're like, oh, then I want to move on to software and do all these things. What made you realize that, oh, I can turn this agency model into like a true engine that can fuel other things? Because it seems like you take on a lot of deals.
I don't think so. Not in comparison to the team size, payroll, resources. What
is your team size right now?
100 in that we trimmed down, by the way. 136 was this morning.
Like how do you have 136?
Dude, I had 200 at one point.
What is your direct leadership team under you?
Like talk to me every day type thing.
Yeah. Like the people you actually communicate with.
Basically the department heads.
Okay.
So like the info department head, the ecom department head, the local department head, the COO, the CFO, my executive assistant, and my internal marketing and sales team, and my creative director.
And when you say internal marketing and sales team, that's like for your offers, your core offers?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
For like ours, like that we own.
Interesting. So how do you determine what's worth your time and what's not? Because I'm sure, bro, your deal flow is probably ridiculous. That's like inbound.
It is, yeah. So how you want to think of it is anything that you say yes to now is something that you have to say no to later.
Yeah.
And when you think like that, it makes you avoid a lot more deals, a lot more. And if I was to give like a really good piece of advice, and people are going to think this is like super controversial advice, and I'm going to get a lot of shit for saying this for sure. But I wouldn't get into a partnership with anyone from this date forward without doing like a full private investigation on them. Like
a real private investigation.
Like thousands of dollars spent, tens of thousands for all I care, to like look into them and figure out everything about them before I make that decision, because you only know what you know. And sometimes you trust people on your experiences together. But let's just say, for example, I'm going to use us as an example. Okay. I could be like the worst person ever, right? But because we spend a fractional amount of time together, you're like, oh, well, Eddie spends 1.5% of his time with me. Like, because of that, like, that's what I'm basing Eddie's life on and how he treats me and whatever. But there's another 98.5%, like, we don't really know what's actually happening for those people. And so, like, having a private investigator finds things like, you know, is this person like falsifying anything that they're talking about? Is this person in any sort of like criminal situation that I don't know about? You know what I mean? Like, you start realizing, okay, this is the person that he doesn't say he is. How different is this than what I think of him? Obviously, everyone has problems. Oh, he has this fucking credit card and maybe this thing. I'm like, bro, yeah. But like, he stole from this guy. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. He did this super shady behavior type thing that's documented.
So I'm assuming you learned this from experience.
Of course.
What is the most expensive mistake you've made? Has it been in that realm of partnerships? Like, was it a partnership that was like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that, or fuck, that deal went sideways as hell?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest like quick losses of like invested money was like, I really like, I don't know why, maybe it's like growing up, this is what I thought I would become. Part of me for like a few years was like, I'm going to find every company under like $15 million value and just like be like the lead investor.
Yeah.
Like, they want $1 million, I'm going to give them 800 of it. You know what I mean? Like, so I over invested into companies that were too young. And I was like, dude, I'll wait it out, bro. What's like 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, right? Like, you don't realize like how that actually looks emotionally and the time you spent thinking about it and blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, most of those actually lose. Like, you hit one, you make a 30x.
Yeah.
But like, you know, if you hit none out of 10, very reasonable odds, to be honest, especially if you're inexperienced, the opportunities aren't as good. Like, so now I learned like invest less into those kind of businesses, but I would invest like 650, 800K at a time. Just like 1, 2, like think about how all these guys like buy watches and shit. Like, I would just do that with like, instead of buying like 4 or 5 RMs, I would just like throw 900K at a business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like quiet. No one can see it. Large amounts. And that definitely cost me millions, because even having those millions for better opportunities would have served me so much more, you know what I mean, than the ones I invested in. So it's always important to know, like, early on, especially now, everything you say yes to is something else you have to say no to. Yeah. And you will always, this time next year, have a better opportunity than you will this time this year.
Before we get back into the podcast, if you're an info product business owner, I have a gift for you. After consulting dozens of offers, taking some offers from 0 to 7 figures, even 0 to 8 figures, the number one problem I see when people stall out in revenue is they just don't know what to work on. So I'm going to give you this today completely for free. It's our scorecard that we use religiously in our company. And what it does is it maps out every single step of your funnel, every single metric that you might not even know exists, and allows you to identify what your lowest hanging fruit is and how to actually attack it. Because the problem is most people just work on the wrong things. So you waste so many hours, so many days, just so much time working on shit that doesn't matter. This allows you to identify what your actual constraint is. So I'm going to give this to you completely for free. Click the link in the description. It's called a scorecard. And yeah, that's it.
That's actually a really good piece of advice.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you.
Because I'm like getting to the point now where I'm starting to get like some deal flow coming away. I got like, oh, you want to invest in this software, you want to push this, etc. And it's tempting as hell. Like everything seems so shiny.
Everything is so shiny because everyone's job is to make it shiny.
Yeah.
And you and I, like I was talking before, you're a gunslinger. Gunslingers are opportunists. So we look at the world in how will this work lens, not why won't this work?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And we call it optimism. And the world, we call their side pessimism. And we're like, bro, why are you so pessimistic? Like, you always look at this way. And that's why I tell you need a money guy internally, because the money guy is the pessimist.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And we're the optimists. We look at shit, and then I go to him and I go, why won't this work? Figure out every reason why this won't work. Overcome every one. And the ones we can't overcome, let's talk about them, see if they're deal breakers.
Yeah.
And he'll rip the thing to shreds, and his job is to get me out of the deal. And my job is to go into the deal.
Okay, so your money guy not only genuinely tracks how much you're making, what you're spending on, what you shouldn't buy, what you should buy, but also like actual deals that come your way. You have them look at it as well and be like, yo, this is a terrible idea for the X reason or Y reason.
Yeah, exactly. I'll make my pitch. Like, I'll go deep already. I'm not just like, oh, look at this deal.
Yeah.
I'll sell myself. I'm like, okay, I really think this is a good idea. And then I'll bring it to him.
Yeah.
I'll be like, here's why it's a good idea. And I'll pitch him. And then he'll try to rip it up as much as he can. Then he'll be like, I'll think about it. He'll go through all the numbers. He'll make his projections. Well, you didn't think about that we need to do this many sales at this price because we're going to have to get this payroll and we're going to have these fees you didn't think about and blah, 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 and these kind of taxes for this kind of business. Yeah. And actually, this is what the number is going to look like.
What are some other people that are like really close to you that are immediate, that are people like the money guy, like you talk about, that are just like crazy returns? Like everyone needs this.
Executive assistant, number one.
And what does she do for you? Sorry.
No, it's not a sorry thing. It's just a weird thing to have a executive assistant.
Yeah.
I think one of the only people in like my at least business circle that I talk to that has a male executive assistant.
It's kind of weird.
It's weird, but I've had 3 female assistants before. So like I have a fair comparison.
What happened with those ones?
I mean, each one lasted like 1.5 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So they were all good. It's just like, bro, when you're Eddie's assistant, they try to headhunt you like all the time.
Yeah.
Like my assistant got a job that was like $80,000 more a year than I was paying her. I'm like, dude, like it's like double.
Yeah.
Like take it. I'm not even gonna like compete with that. Like go take that deal. You earned it. Great. It's like an NBA contract. It's like, hey, dude, we tried to win a championship. We got to the finals a few times. Couldn't get the big check. Big investor bought this team. They want to pay you big. Take it.
What are the qualifications for that role? Because I tried to hire an assistant one time, like a personal assistant one time. I just put up a post on Instagram on my story, and I just hired some random girl, bro. It was not high ROI,
bro. I get it. My first assistant was practically like an intern.
Yeah.
So I get it. But like here's what you need to think about. The reason most CEOs don't have executive assistants that work out is not because the executive assistant, is because of the CEO.
Yeah.
Not emotionally, not from a drama standpoint, not from anything like that. But usually as a CEO, we're not prepared to hand off our job, and we're also not willing to because we hold on to things. Whereas I look at my executive assistant as like, if I gave access to everything except moving money, how much more valuable could this person be? Because what happens is you get an executive assistant and then you're talking to your executive assistant and you're like, oh no, I'll do that thing. Oh, no, that's something I got to do.
Yeah.
That's something I got to do. It's like what we always thought, that's something I got to do because they don't have a certain level of access in your life, blah, 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 right? I'm like, dude, what's the worst he can do? Go tell someone how much money I'm making? Like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, what's he going to tell anyone? I'm not doing any criminal activity. Like, he's going to go and be like, Eddie's a fucking great dude. Fucking super honest. I see every bank transaction, like does everything. You know what I mean? Like, what's the worst he's going to say? So like, Eddie parties. He fucking spends money on trips, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so I say all this to say, like, there's no damage that can be done. So the more you open the access book, the more your assistant becomes a full copy of you. So like, imagine if you were on a plane for 8 hours that day, what you would do for those 8 hours, maybe like 6 of those hours got done anyways, because you have an assistant who can fully do.
So she's really like taking calls for you and stuff?
Bro,
Or
my last 5 calls with my accountant and my last 100 emails were written by my assistant. I didn't even attend them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just briefed. Hey, here's where we're at with Suzanne. Here's what happened with the taxes. I need these 3 things that I can't get from you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know the answers here. I'll fill it out. You know what I mean? Like,
Interesting.
like just lawyer here, lease for this office here. You get what I'm saying? Like, this whole lease would have been like 90% handled by assistant.
Yeah,
I would be shopping.
I was sitting there emailing people and shit.
Bro, not one gets sent by me. I just get the options. Here's the pool. Which ones do you like, Eddie? Here's the top 15. 1, 7, 9, 12, 13, 14. Cool, great. Cost analysis. Here's the cost analysis on all of them. Now we have Claude, bro. Runs a cost analysis. How much is it going to cost us per year? Assume these numbers, blah, blah, blah. Here's the cost of each one. Which one do you like? I think these 3 make sense financially. Let's tour them. I just walk in, camera on, tour, office, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Like, it takes me the whole buying experience to buy like premium office or like personal condo or house to rent or whatever. Like, that whole process takes less than like 5 hours of my time.
That's sick.
Like, the whole, and I'm talking touring all of them and like looking for weeks technically.
Yeah.
You know, so like that, I feel like that's not bad. 5 hours. We're talking like a complete,
not at all.
like it's probably less than that. I'm just being conservative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even my tours, I'm in and out in like 60 to 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I'm looking for. Like, that restaurant we just walked into, I walked the whole place. How fast was that? Like,
Yeah.
I can tell you where their HVAC system is, where their grease trap is in the restaurant. Like,
Oh yeah, you're tapped in the
I'm
restaurant.
tapped in. So I look at it, you know? So like, that's,
You're gonna open a chicken spot right there, or what? Would that be a good
Here?
location?
that's what I was looking at, but I don't think I like this location.
Why?
Needs more like parking, I feel like.
It does.
It does,
The
right?
parking's shit.
Shit, like, where do I have to park? I have to park like a building
That's all
down.
of Miami though. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, but put it this way, Wynwood might be like that, but has more parking decks. And in Wynwood, it's way more walkable.
Yeah.
Like, people walk a lot. It's like expected. Edgewater, same thing.
Yeah.
Brickell is just really crowded. Everyone's walking. Like, I'd rather be in those areas. If I open downtown, I'll be fully depending on delivery. Like, so I might as well not pay for downtown and get like a non-retail closed location, just do delivery only.
So is your play with your agency? Obviously, you have a bunch of different departments. Is your play with it just like cash flow heavy? I'm assuming you try
No,
to.
I spend, people don't realize, but I spend like 85% of my time on the agency, like total time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
Which
like
is-
with that money, do you have a playbook for deploying it into like, oh, I'm gonna take all my money and just buy these types of businesses only, or is it just, are you
no,
looser with
I'm
it?
not that aggressive.
Yeah.
No. I'm not like forcing myself to do 4 businesses a year or something like that.
Uh-huh.
You know, I think that's the wrong way to think about it. Like I said, like everything, yes, no later. So it's like, I'm like, dude, pace yourself. Like, you don't need to buy 4 this year. If you do 1 this year and you work on that deal and it gets somewhere, that's really good. And I can go do 2 next year. Like, I'm not trying to force a specific number. Not at all. Like, that's actually not the right thing to do. So how I look at it is like, the service side of our agency is like, I'm getting the most talented people in the world that I can for our clients. I charge a premium for that. I pay a premium in return for the roles that I can pay a premium for, right? Like, you can't pay everyone a premium. It doesn't make sense. It's like why NBA teams don't have fucking 5 all-stars on the team. It's like, we literally are going to go over salary cap. Football teams, same way. in business, it's kind of the same way based on your pricing structure, right? So in our pricing structure, in order to get that, I have to pay a lot for the talent. I can't charge too much for the retainer. So the spread on that has to be like really small.
Yeah.
So I use that. We make our money from performance. So actually improving companies, increasing their profit. That's what we get a percent of. That cash in excess is what we're able to play with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We improve the business with like a third of that cash. And then 2/3 of that cash is like, where can we invest it? Ads, marketing, media department. It's more reach for us or more revenue for us? And we're like trying to pick which one.
Yeah.
Revenue and reach is like the two most important metrics as a business owner.
Revenue and reach.
Revenue and reach.
And how do you expand reach? Just content and ads?
That's it.
Yeah. Do you run your own ads for your own business?
Yeah.
And what type of customers are you trying to acquire?
Sometimes e-com, sometimes info, sometimes local business. Actually, always local business. Always local business, sometimes e-com.
So what are all the different departments you have under bad?
That's them.
Local business, e-com, and info.
Yep.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. And so each of those has a department head. Each of those has like a project manager to the department head. Then each one is broken up into teams. Each team manages whatever 3 to 5 accounts.
Yeah.
And that's what the team's loaded. Copywriters, media buyers, editors.
So you see things from all different types of angles, because what I catch myself doing is because I'm deep in the info fucking trenches.
I'm deep in the info trenches.
I'm sure you are, but you're also deep in these other trenches as well.
Not really. My department heads are like really strong.
Okay.
Like they're equal or better than me in strategy in those departments.
Mm-hmm.
But like info is like my game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see a bunch of different shit. What do you think, like, going forward in 2026 is the most lucrative offers / like verticals? Like, I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, services done for you. Now that we have AI, we can fulfill with AI, etc. What do you think is like the most?
Okay, but AI services done for you.
Like, I'm going to sell you a service.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, what people don't realize is AI done for you services is not as sexy as they think it is. Like, it's an easy sell because everyone's like, oh, what's that? I want to do it. But like, it's not an easy fulfillment unless it's productized.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not necessarily saying like, yo, I'm going to try to sell you this AI service. It's just like, I'm selling you a service like I traditionally would, but I can scale it more now because I have AI with fulfillment.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So you're saying what are the hottest, like what are the next offers that are, dude, it's faceless offers.
Expand on faceless offers.
Like you don't have to make the videos yourself. Like I could, for example, run an entire, photography offer because I'm good at photography and not have myself in the marketing, all this stuff, teach other guys how to teach it on the course. The whole thing's self-dependent without me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From the get-go. That's good because those people, common people, are just wanting to make 5 to 15 G's a month. And you can do that with some content on Instagram, a link in bio for a low ticket offer, and a couple upsells.
So like true publishing or partnering with an existing creator brand?
I think true publishing will be the most sold by units. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, because everyone right now, dude, I'm telling you, like, every one of my friends that are a couple, one of them is now making money off social media and growing quickly enough to outpace the one who isn't. And they had like the better job and career, but the other person makes videos now. And because they make videos, they're able to have
So
way more,
wild.
which is crazy, right? Yeah. All these people are only going to grow in quantity. And at the end of the day, those people don't actually know how to monetize it. And so to teach people how to make 10, 20 G's a month every month is life-changing. And you can do that with millions of people. You get what I'm saying? Like, dude, now my barber makes more money helping other barbers become barbers than he does cutting hair. And he makes tens of thousands a month cutting hair.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, dude, this is just a way.
I think I know your barber. Did you just get a cut by him?
I did, yeah.
I was talking about the gym yesterday. He was like, yeah, I'm cutting this guy tomorrow. He was like, Eddie? I was like, oh yeah, we're literally about to do a podcast today.
He's cool. He's a cool guy. Lebanese too.
Yeah.
But I say that to say, like, that's going to be the biggest like quantity of new jobs opened up is like creators monetizing.
How would you take that model? Like, let's say I'm going to all these guys that want to make 10, 15K a month. How would you take that model and make it scalable? Like, I'm going to work with a bunch of these guys this way. What would you do? Like, what would be your internal teams? Would you build an individual team for each, or would it be?
No, you'd have to productize it. Okay, so low revenue per client, productized.
Okay.
High revenue per client, customized.
Okay.
That's the split. So like, if I look at a business, I'm like, okay, these guys, we can only charge them $4K a month because that's this thing. I have to build something that I can just copy paste 100 times a day. It's going to work for 85% of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, just like anything else, the gym doesn't work for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. So I say all that to say, like, that's productized. If someone's paying a % of something and it's an actual serious business, or they're paying tens of thousands a month, then it's customized. It's like, hey, like, we can afford more resources to make this better because making this better directly pays us, and it's a big enough amount where we can afford really good talent.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, so productized would be like local businesses. Those are more productized. It's like a local business on average is not going to spend 15 grand a month on digital marketing. You know what I mean? And that's like bare bones. I'm talking like never, like less than 1%. On the other hand, an info product business will spend that daily as an average business, right? Yeah. And so that has to be way more customized, way more attentive, way more time spent. Therefore, I have to charge more because there's way more talented people that are spending way more time. Whereas this one needs to be built where less talented people, maybe one really talented person and a bunch of really hardworking people that are organized, can run this whole thing because it's copy paste, it's been built, and then here's the variations to make it customized but on a macro scale. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. So is it the differentiator between the two? Is it just like the type of business, or is it like a certain revenue threshold, et cetera? Like a small info business versus a big info business? Like, what is like the revenue threshold? Would be like, yeah, I'll sell you something productized versus, let me get a split of this because I think it'd be worth it to, like you said, invest.
Yeah, I think an info business specifically doing like less than 100K a month productized, one that's higher, or you could take higher, customized. Like someone might come and they're making 90K a month and I look at their shit, I'm like, damn, dude, this is a really good offer.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't like realize. He doesn't know how to he doesn't realize how to monetize that offer, right?
Yeah. It'll be like a trading offer selling to like 50-year-old men, and they're like selling like a 1K offer, and the DM's like 100% close rate.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like, bro, we could turn this into 5x, 10x this, right? So I think that's like the most important thing to look at if you're going to customize or productize. But on average, especially now, you're getting a lot more lead flow. You're getting an office. You're building this team, this space. Like you're trying to be like a serious business owner, right? Yeah. You have fucking rent bills and shit now, like different world. When you're in that world, you have to like decide very clearly what's productized, what's not, because you're going to get a lot of opportunity. If you customize each one, you're going to go fucking crazy.
That's what I fucking killed myself over like late last year. And then I started doing like actual productized / more consulting stuff. Bro.
Way better. Way better, right?
It's not even a question, yeah.
Yeah, you can scale it. It has better margins. Yeah. So as long as the value is there that you're providing it and people are making more value than what they're being charged in the percentage that's best fit. Like some people, bro, come to us, they're like, we only want to work with you if we get a 5x ROAS. I'm like, bro, like, like, would you rather a 5x ROAS on 20 grand a month? Or would you rather a 2x ROAS on 500 G's a month? Like, it's like every business is different, but some business owners can't think of it like that. They just look at like, so like you have to just differentiate those people. Some are productized, some are not. Then
how often do you take on like a true done for you project, or like like you said, like you call it a customized?
But not one we own, right? Like client.
Yeah, client.
I'd say like twice a quarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of often. Like a true, like how long are these?
For you, because how big is your team?
Like 4 people.
Yeah, mine's like on the info side, like 70 people.
70?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
like, we might be playing a little bit of a different game.
Well, I'm saying 2 per quarter is like slow still.
Yeah.
in that perspective. Like
Yeah.
at the same ratio, you'd be like, how many? 10 times, 20, 15 times more.
Are you more of a, I'm going to build someone, like I see potential in this person and I'm going to build them up, or it's like I'm trying to go snipe talent and pay them a premium, et cetera, when you're building these teams?
The second one's always the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because at some point you can't like train people like you do when you're this size.
Yeah.
And you realize like, okay, I can no longer like, dude, the people that I trained when we first started, they're fucking killers, like S+ killers. But like, you can't build people up anymore. The business needs to move at a certain speed, and you bringing in someone and training them slows you down more than the cost that you're saving in paying an elite person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like the best example for like real life would be like our restaurant. When you go to build a restaurant, okay, I might go get the cheaper contractor, but because it took him 2 months longer to do the thing, I may have saved $10,000, but I lost 2 months of revenue as a restaurant. I lost 200 grand.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So people don't look at it like that. They just look at, oh, I saved this 10 grand. But in all these scenarios, it's time. And so that applies to talent more than anything in our business because our product is talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, don't even waste the time. Pay, get the best guy. Pay a lot, but put them through a lot to get the job. Like, I'm not saying make their life hell, but like really dig in. Like I said, I'm going to private investigate a business partner. Do like the micro version of that. A few tough interviews and assessment. You know, do this assignment. Let me see how you did it, how fast you did it. Like do those things, take the extra effort, make it harder.
How do you retain people that are clearly talented enough to go and do their own thing, or like go make a lot of money doing their own thing?
Yeah. So look, bro, you already have your own thing and you're telling me other things that people are showing you are shiny.
Yeah.
Imagine if you didn't even have your own thing. Like,
yeah,
how shiny is everything? Okay.
1,000,000 times shinier.
1,000,000 times shinier.
1,000,000.
Right?
2,000,000 times shinier.
Which is the problem here.
Yeah.
But two things are important. One, when you look at those shiny things and then you invest in one and you get fucked, you lose all the money. How do you look at the shiny things moving forward?
A little less shiny.
A lot less shiny.
Yeah.
You're like, it's shiny, but like, did you polish this side? And you know what I mean? You start looking at it differently, right? And so I say that to say, like, one, people who try to run their own business and realize it's not worth the headache or like the marginally more money that, sure, bro, someone could go run their own business and they can make 20 grand a month profit. Okay. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
They're running solo, consulting, freelancing, running their own shop. Then at some point you realize the stress that comes with it and the insecurity of income that comes with it. And the mix of both eventually drives some people out. And you realize, which is, I would say this the same, add zeros to it, the same number applies, but I would rather take 12K a month, 15K a month, working at a company than 25K a month, running my whole thing top to bottom, like really trying, and then getting fucked, having to do a dispute, a refund here, like dealing with business ownership that sucks.
Yeah.
Like, damn, fuck. If I could just go fucking work somewhere else, make like a few grand less a month and still do like an elite job at like one category, I would rather that.
So that's something is that something you actively look for when hiring someone's like, oh, you did do your own thing and it was successful, you're just tired of the headaches?
I don't look for it, but I value it a lot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like, and I'm pretty upfront. I'm like, dude, listen, like, this is also a red flag and a green flag at the same time. Like, are you going to go start your own thing again? Like, if things are going well, all things considered, like, how much are you willing to give me a commitment on? If I'm going to like actually invest in you, decline these other guys that are also really good. Like, I know you might want to go start your own thing. I'm cool with that. I always support my team starting their own thing. I even tell my team, like, I'm cool if you have side hustles, especially
Really?
in the category that bro, I mean, what more do I want than my guy who runs my e-com store accounts to have his own e-com store?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's only smarter, better, everything. He's not running his own e-com store the whole time. You know what I mean? It's not like a serious 500 grand a month operation.
Yeah.
But if he's running his own e-com store, doing 150K a month top line, pocketing an extra 15 grand, 20 grand, I want that because like he's now way better at his job and the clients talk to him and he's also like on their level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that's an important asset to have. at the end of the day. So I'm okay with side hustles. I always tell them, as long as our clients are always the main priority, if anything ever gets over prioritized over something we're supposed to do for a client, done, red line. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, do whatever you want to as long as the job is done type thing.
Yeah.
So it's not something I look for, but it's something that is definitely a pro if you confront it initially, right? And then number 2, how you need to think, dude, is the idea of where the company is going and what we're trying to do long term should be bigger than what they think they can do solo. And if that's the case, they'll more likely want to stay on something that's a bigger ship. You know what I mean? It's like, would I rather be a passenger on Noah's Ark versus like have a motorboat, whatever, just an example, right? So that's also a big deal. That comes with security. That comes with, most importantly, I think the thing that the smartest people look for when they're looking for a job is growth, like mentally. At some point, the smartest ones chase that more than growth financially, because growth financially is like, I'm okay making 15 G's a month. Like, I don't need 50K a month. I thought I did, but like 15K, like, I'm cool with it. I just want to be challenged.
And how do you map that out for them so it's like a clear roadmap? Like, so they're constantly bought in from the get go. Because I agree with you. Like setting that growth and putting it in front of them gets the buy-in like crazy. So how do you make sure that happens?
I mean, that's part of our interview process. Everything from, this is our plan, here's where we're going. Like, do you understand? Are you willing to be a part of it? Here are our rules. Here's the core values that we have as a company. These are our 7 commandments, basically. Are you cool with all 7 of these? Like, I want you to read them. I want you to think about how these apply to like your normal personal life. This is like a serious thing in here. Everything we do, when we write you up, it's for one of these. When we give you a promotion, it's for one of these, usually more than one. When you win Employee of the Month, it's for one of these. When you get the biggest win in the company, it's one of these is applying to it. So like, you got to know these like the back of your hand. Like, are you cool with these 7, like representing them? Yes. You're going to be graded on them. And so like, it's very serious upfront. And I've come to learn, bro, in every relationship, whether it's your actual like spouse partner, whether it's a business partner, whether it's an employee, anyone that you have a relationship with, the more upfront you are about your expectations and what will bother you and what will not, makes it way easier for every conversation. Yeah. Because when we don't talk about that and then you do something that bothers me, it's my opinion. When we talk about it and we agree to it and we wrote it down and we recorded on a call and we agreed that that's what it is, then you can't be, I'm not going back and referencing, hey bro, remember what we said on this call? Like, but it's like, now there's an expectation that I can be upset with you for not doing that thing because it's not my opinion. It's what we agreed that your job was going to be. You know what I mean? Now we have something to actually look at. So I think in every scenario, whatever the relationship is, the expectations up front are the most important thing. Like, I set expectations with my wife. She set expectations with me when we first met. This is what I'm going to be doing for the next 10 years. I'm building this business. It's stressful. I might be away long nights, but I'm going to get you a sick ass life. Yeah. You know what I mean? 10 years. Okay. I need this as a wife, blah, 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 blah. Done. Right. I would say, like, looking back now that I'm saying it out loud, I'd say like, we should probably just renew those every like year or two. You know what I mean?
100%. Every time I think back to when I've gotten fucked or in a fucked relationship or deal, etc., it's always been just not setting frame up front.
That's all it is. I mean, like 90% of the time, that's it. Yeah. And look, if you set frame up front and then things don't work out, not because someone was a dick or not, whatever it is, like for a reason that's not something that like you could be upset over, let's call it. Yeah. Then I think that's okay. Because then nothing's malicious. Nothing's like based on you just being lazy. It's like, hey, cool. We don't want to do this anymore. That's cool. These are the terms. We don't want to do them. All good. 100%. You know? So anyways, yeah. Long tangent of that shit, but
it's probably one of like the most key lessons I've learned over the past couple of years for sure. Yeah. When I started hiring people and stuff. But I have a question for you. You see this all the time. You deal with a lot of people probably in this income range of guys doing like 50 to 100K a month. Let's say they're like an agency owner or they run an info offer. What are the next steps for them? Because a lot of guys get to that point and they either stall out or they just don't take the next step. What is the next thing they should do in order to make it actually something real? Like I see a lot of guys running agencies, et cetera, but it seems like you have something like genuinely that's real. What is like the actionable step they can take to take it seriously and build a real business?
Here's the thing, bro. Not everyone wants that.
But what about the person who does?
Okay, the answer at that level is always more of the same that they're doing. They're just not willing to do it. It's like, for example, we send cold emails and that's how we made 40K a month. Well, fucking send 3 times as many emails.
Yeah.
Like, you can't send that many emails? Great. What's the closest thing to sending emails? Send messages. You know what I mean? What's the closest thing to send messages? Make phone calls, whatever. Let's just start going in order to the closest thing that's already working, and let's do more of that. The less we differentiate what's working and try different methods, the better the scale is of the business, you know? Mm-hmm. Like people always say like simple scales, right? It's the same for acquisition. It's like just do 2-3 times. So like most of these guys that you probably talk to make organic content. Mm-hmm. They make 50 to 100 grand a month. They think, let me go spend more money on ads, which is great. If they have a good offer to ads and cold traffic, which we know is way different than an organic guy saying, link in bio, DM me this word, all this shit. It's warm, right? Way different categories. The fuck was I going with this?
I talked to a lot of guys who are organic, etc.
Yeah. Okay. So like those guys think running ads is the whole point of scaling. Like that's how I'm going to scale. But in reality, most of these guys' offers are not actually built for ads. Like the whole thing has to change. Like the method of how we're selling it, what we're selling, how much we're selling it for, all these things need to change, right?
I hit that roadblock. Yep.
All the time, right? So like what the actual answer is, you're making content. Let's make 3 times as much content.
So you think it would be higher ROI for a guy to, instead of trying to make his shit cold friendly and reshape his offer and his structure and his pricing and all this stuff and start scaling through ads, it would be more beneficial for him to just go even harder on organic content?
How big is the business that we want to get to?
100K a month. He wants to make $1 million a month.
$1 million a month is different.
500K a month.
Organic can make you 350, 400K a month.
Yeah.
Just making videos. I'd say if you want to get over 350, 400, you definitely need cold traffic. Let me say this though. Every one of my businesses I've built on cold traffic.
Yeah.
And that's why I can have multiple. That's why I can have a recruiting agency in Lebanon. That's why I can have a marketing agency. That's why I can have it. I'm not pouring all these things out on my Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here and there, I'll talk about it. It's my businesses. But I'm not like, hey, sign up for this. Hey, sign up for this. You know what I mean? So I think that's like the important thing. If you want to build freedom, you build it on ads. But if you want to build an easy business with a lot of profit margin, you build it organically.
Yeah.
You can make 200K a month in sales and you can pocket 170 G's.
How does someone start going through that transition? They're big on organic. They make a lot of money. They're good, but they do want to take that next step. Like how does someone make that transition?
Okay, look, here's what I explained to this guy the other day. Sorry to cut you off. I know you're going. So like, you have to look at them as 2 separate P&Ls in the business. Mm-hmm. So this one guy was like, dude, we make all our money from affiliates. Affiliates send us people for book calls from supplement companies. We're a health offer coaching. Mm-hmm. We book them, we sell them, and then we give the affiliates $800 per sale that we make. He's like, I'll let you run ads if you can get us $800 a sale. It's a $7,000 product. Okay, mm-hmm. So we're talking like a 9x return. I'm like, that's not going to work, right? Like you need to look at this as a separate channel that you're building to acquire customers that are all net new cold.
Yeah.
Assuming none of them spill over to your organic. Treat this like its own P&L and build it slowly like a new source of acquisition for the business. Don't look at it as in comparison to what you already have. Build this separately. Start with a 2x return, then figure out how to spend more on a 2x and get it to a 3x. Build it as its own channel because you already have your current channel. Don't compare them. It's okay if one of my channels makes me 300K a month at a 70% margin and another channel makes me 500K a month at a 45% margin. They're 2 different channels.
That's really interesting. I've never heard that perspective on it.
But that's how it actually is. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? You should be like, when I track our numbers, I track a column for organic sales and a column for advertising sales. And they're 2 different channels of acquisition for us. My organic sales, what am I judging on? Can you guess? So like in ad sales, I'm judging ad spend, sales commission, blah, blah, blah. In organic, what am I judging?
Your views,
No. Like from cost standpoint, what am I attributing to organic cost?
Media.
This camera guy, how much he costs, the team, editing.
Yeah.
I put all that under organic. So I track separately as channels. We're spending 24 grand a month on organic social media team. Here's how much it drives.
Yeah.
We're spending 48K a month on self-advertising plus commission plus whatever. Here's how much it drives. They're two different channels. You know what I mean? And as a percentage, eventually the organic will always outgrow paid as a percentage.
Yeah.
But paid will always outgrow organic from a scalability standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so there are two different ones. The problem is most business owners, especially info, because like in e-com, organic gets you so far. It's like paid ads, creator, other organic is the game, not your own personal. Like you don't see like one guy being the face of an entire company in e-com, not running ads, getting to a fucking $100 million valuation. You know what I mean? Unless they're like a crazy influencer with media already. Anyways, so both are separate. And the problem with most business owners is they treat them as competitors or equals, and they look at ads as like, why would I make a 3x return if I'm making an 80% margin doing organic? It's like, dude.
So would you be running two different offers, or whichever one worked on cold, it's going to work on organic too? Just shift that over.
I always run the same fulfillment of the offer.
But the messaging and whatnot.
The messaging might be different. On cold ads, I might need to run, example, I'll do a done for you VSL funnel for this whatever super low price.
Mm-hmm.
The whole point of that funnel is to get them as a subscriber, as a marketing partner, if I like their offer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like the marketing messaging is different, but the outcome of me attracting my ideal target market is the same.
Yeah.
It's just different ways that I'm marketing to them. So on cold, I might run that. On warm, I might never talk about that ever and just show results, and people will come as clients. Why would I like run that offer? It's a headache. But it's my cold acquisition system.
Yeah.
So like when people look at marketing, I think the biggest problem is they look too much at how do I sell this product? And they don't look at enough of how do I get the person who would buy this product to get in my ecosystem? Because sometimes like an app, okay? A lot of people develop apps, which are really low ticket products, if you think about it, that support their back end supplement line.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, instead of acquiring a customer to sell them on these supplements, could I make an app that I give for free that does this data thing, whatever? It costs me $40 to get a user on that app, but this is the same guy who's going to buy $10,000 of supplement and blood work and all this shit on the back end.
Yeah.
So it's just a different thing on the front.
What's your front end offer for your own offers? I'm curious because like Cole Gordon, for example, runs like the recruitment on the front end. Like it's cold messaging. I'm pretty sure it's just like we'll give you an appointment setter, and then there's obviously a million things because that's ICP. Do you have like a front end offer like that for your own acquisition?
No. So Cole's, for example, there's different categories here. So Cole uses recruiting as front end.
Yeah.
Okay. Recruiting is one of the easiest to attract a business owner. I have the recruiting company in Lebanon. Everyone that hires from us is a business owner. You know what I mean? The two easiest things to attract a business owner with are recruiting and software. Okay. Every business owner wants more team sometimes or software always.
Yeah.
If the software can replace more team, they'll take the software. If the team cannot be replaced by software, they'll take team.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally the formula, right? And now with AI, it's like more software is taking more team, right? So team's shrinking, software is growing. Same situation. Point is, those are the two easiest things to acquire a business owner on. So, for example, if you owned an info agency, it's way harder to sell someone on using your agency versus, you own an info tracking software, Hyros.
Yep.
How every info owner is coming to you. They want to use your stuff, even if you charge them $3,000 a month and it's a software.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's attracting your ICP. So the whole game is that. So those are the top two. I don't want to use recruiting as my front end offer. Like Cole does it for salespeople. I don't want to get into sales. Sales is like the only one that makes sense for this industry. Otherwise, it would be like marketers.
Yeah.
And it's like too scarce. It doesn't make sense. Right.
Yeah. I've seen some people trying it, but
so then under it comes coaching, consulting,
Yep.
Okay. Or one-time work, project work, let's call it.
Yeah.
Content creation, one-time funnel build-outs, one-time email build-outs, one-time whatever
Yeah.
is what we use as our front end. So we try to find lower ticket, one-time deals that someone can take that's productized, not customized.
Like what? Like a done for you webinar or something like that?
Sure, a done for you webinar. On the local side, maybe it's a 24/7 receptionist bot
Yep.
that answers the phone for your local business when you're closed and sounds like a human and can take deposits, blah, blah, blah. Text people back, all this shit. Like, how many local businesses am I going to attract with that? They're all going to be like, oh my God, I want that. I'm like, oh, actually, you need way more leads. Like, you want this person to answer calls. You have fucking like 6 a month.
Yeah.
I could bring you like 600.
Yeah.
Now it's like worth it. You know what I mean?
Really curious on the name of your recruitment company for Lebanon is Remotely, right?
Yep.
What's the LTV on a Lebanese business owner? Like, what do you send them to? Do you have I'm assuming you have a back end for them.
I don't even have a back end.
You don't?
No, our back end is more talent.
Interesting.
Dude, I'm telling you, I do not go a day without finding out someone hired someone from that company and is so overjoyous. And bro, today I was getting my hair cut. He's like, bro, I never told you, but 3 months ago I recruited a guy from Remotely. My friend told me about him. I was cutting his hair. I said, I need someone. He told me to recruit him. He's like, bro, he's like top level talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so what do you think that person does? When his business expands, what do you think? He's going to buy 4 more people. And what he's going to do, bro, is he's going to go tell over the course of the next 5 years, he's going to tell at least 30 people that become customers.
Yeah.
That's one person every 2 months. How many? He could be in one business dinner, say something, 5 of them sign up. That's the whole year.
Shit, I'm about to buy someone right now.
You get what I'm saying? So like, I think that's the back end is just more of the same business in the recruiting world, because I'm not targeting recruiting specifically for digital companies.
Yeah.
Like Cole Gordon in this case is, right? He's saying appointment setting or appointment setters or closers. That's who we'll hire. That goes into that industry, right? So that's who would use that. I don't necessarily promote directly to an industry, so it doesn't make sense to have a back end yet on that. But our main front end is one time.
So it's American it's US business owners that are buying from Remotely then.
Yeah, US for the most part. Now we've opened up in the UAE, people in Europe, but mainly US and Canada.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, it's like some things are just no-brainers. This is a no-brainer.
What's the plan with that company? Or it's just
we want to place 10,000 people.
Interesting.
That's our target.
Nice.
So I think we'll do it in the next like 3.5 years.
That's sick.
Yeah, so that business is now fully dependent on paid ads and self-sustaining with just paid ads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I barely promote it or
Yeah,
talk
I've seen
about
you promote it. I've been following you probably for like maybe 6 months, a year. I've maybe seen you promote it a few times.
Yeah, like a dozen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, which is not that much. But because that, I mean, bro, I'm telling you, one person comes in and they invite 30 people. They're just like, bro, you gotta hire this. You gotta hire this guy. And like when it's someone's assistant and shit, they're like, bro, where'd you get this guy from? Oh, I got him from.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Lebanon, man.
Shout out Lebanon.
Shout out Lebanon.
Bro, here, I mean, look, in every country, there's hard workers, right? The thing is, in Lebanon, a lot of them are English educated their whole life, and they did foreign university programs.
Yeah.
So they're like polished, but they're just like in a world where like opportunity does not exist.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Like when I think about some of my cousins that went to different countries for university and went back, they're some of the smartest people I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, imagine that for like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's sick.
Yeah. Dang. That's awesome. All right, cool. Well, I think that was a banger podcast.
That was, huh? We've been here for a minute. How long have we been?
How long? Yeah.
Hour? Let's
Perfect.
go.
All
We'll
right.
take that.
Eddie, appreciate you coming on the pod. Shout out Lebanon. If you guys, I'll leave his stuff down below. You want to plug anything or no?
Just my Instagram, Eddie.
Go follow at Eddie.
Yeah.
On
On Instagram, YouTube is gas, but
Yeah. All right. Catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.